Hello legends, in this video I'm going to show you how you can access the new O1 Preview and O1 Mini API without having a tier 5 account. So in this video we're going to quickly speak about the API restrictions that OpenAI put in place for the new O1 models, and then we're going to speak about a tool that's going to basically remove these API restrictions so we can actually make API calls to the O1 model. On this page we can read about the ChatGPT restrictions for the O1 Preview and O1 Mini models. So you can see they limit it to 50 messages per week for the O1 Preview and 50 messages a day for the O1 Mini. I made another video that I'll link here that actually shows you how to bypass that chat limit, so you can check it out if you want. But if we keep scrolling down, over here we have API restrictions. So pretty much you have to be on a tier 5 OpenAI account in order to access the API, which means you have to have had your account for at least 30 days and spent at least $1,000 on their API. So a bit more information about the tiers is here. You can see they have from tier 1 to tier 5. And once again, you have to spend $1,000 and have the account for at least 30 days. So if you're like me, you probably have had an account for more than 30 days, but you haven't spent over $1,000. So I'm going to be showing you this tool, which is OpenRouter.ai, and we're going to be using this to actually make our API calls. So this is the OpenRouter website. Basically, it gives you access to a bunch of different LLMs. You don't have to have the account with the LLM provider. You can just make an OpenRouter account and then access the LLMs via OpenRouter. So the first thing you're going to do is click sign in, and then you're going to click sign up if you don't have an account already, or you just sign in if you do have an account. Next, you click on your account menu, then you'll go to credits, and you just add some credits into here. Add like $5 for now, and we'll be able to test the API with that. After you've added your credits, go into the docs, and there's some quick start instructions here about how to make the API call. And then on the side panel here, if you click on models, you'll be able to see all the models that they give you access to. So you can see there's like heaps and heaps and heaps of models, but we're going to go all the way to the top, and we can access our O1 Preview or O1 Mini by calling these models. So back in the quick start panel, let's click copy. So let's actually build out the API call. So I'm going to create a new file. I'm just going to call it open.js. And then I'm going to prompt the instructions to basically generate the API call for me. Can you please make a JavaScript API call based on this example? Then I'm going to paste in the example and hit enter. All right, so we have our API call here. I'm just going to hit copy and I'm going to paste it in. And it looks like I need to get my API key, a site URL and a site name. So back in the documentation, you can see that the site URL is optional and site name is optional. So I'm just going to reprompt over here and say to remove those headers. Can you remove site name and site URL as they are not needed as headers? Awesome, so we have our updated API call. So I'm just going to copy this, and now I need to get my API key and then change my model as well. So going back to models, I'm going to use this O1-preview model. So I'm just going to copy this. Back in cursor, I'm just going to replace it here. Let's backspace that. Perfect. And now let's get our API key. So back in your profile, let's click on keys. Let's create a new key. I'm going to call this test2. Click create, copy the key. And now back in cursor, I'm just going to paste my key here. Okay, awesome. So now I have my API key. I've got my OpenAI O1 Preview model set. And then over here, I've already got a message preset, which is what is the meaning of life? So now let's run this function, node open.js. Okay, so we have our output here. Looks like we read the API response and the result twice. But the main thing is we don't actually have our message here. It's just defined as an object. So I'm just going to copy this and get the AI to adjust the output. Can you adjust the output so it shows the actual message? I'm going to paste in the terminal logs, hit enter. Okay, awesome, but it didn't take my API key across or the actual model. So I'm just going to control all this and say, can you edit this, please? All right, so that's much easier, and I can just copy this and have everything ready to go. And now let's run this again. So node open.js. Wicked, so now we have our response, and that's it. And now we have our OpenAI O1 Preview response in the API. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoy using the new O1 models with the API. All right, see ya.